This section shows screen loading and alignment on automatic presses. While the press shown has screen holders in the front and rear positions, the process is essentially the same for presses that have side frame holders. Mount the Tri-Loc pallet on the support arm with the yellow pallet stop block. Be sure to tighten the pallet lock securely to prevent the Tri-Loc pallet from shifting during registration. With the front frame holder in the up position, load the screen into the rear frame holder. Lower and lock the front frame holder in place. Manually index the Tri-Loc pallet into position below the first screen. Never index the press by pushing or pulling on the Tri-Loc pallet. Indexing the carousel by grabbing the Tri-Loc pallet can cause it to shift on the pallet bracket, preventing accurate registration. Always use a pallet on either side of the Tri-Loc pallet to rotate the carousel. Once the Tri-Loc pallet is in position, make sure the screen will clear the stop blocks when the carousel is raised by pushing the screen toward the right and rear section of the holders. Then, raise the carousel into the print position. Using your left hand, pull the screen diagonally to the left and toward you and into contact with the 3 stop blocks. Visually confirm that each point is in contact with the blocks and hold the screen securely with your left hand while engaging the front and rear screen frame locks with your right hand. Don't let go of the frame until the locks are set. Repeat these steps for the remaining screens. Once you've registered your screens, you're ready to begin loading flood bars, ink, and squeegees. If you haven't already done so, remove the Tri-Loc pallet from the press and replace it with the printing pallet. Be sure to separate the yellow cycle interrupt cords to prevent accidental indexing of the press. Make sure there are no nicks in the flood bars, then load them into the print heads. Correctly adjust flood bar height and pressure at each print head. If you haven't already done so, load ink into the screens. Load the squeegees into the print heads. It's important to lubricate each squeegee by rubbing the edge of the squeegee blade in the ink. Be sure to cover the entire length of the blade. This will ensure that when the blade comes down for the first print stroke, it will slide freely on the surface of the mesh. Otherwise, the squeegee may catch and distort the mesh, which may affect accurate registration. Repeat this process for each screen. Squeegee pressure can affect screen tension, so it's important to check squeegee pressure settings before making the first print. Excessive pressure can throw screens out of registration on the first print stroke. If your press is equipped with squeegee pressure regulators, set each head's regulator to a common pressure between 45 and 50 psi, or 3.1 and 3.4 bars. If your press is not equipped with squeegee pressure regulators, use the mechanical adjustments found on the print carriage to correctly set the squeegee pressure. Refer to the press operator's manual for proper adjustment and operation of squeegee pressure systems. When you make your first print to check registration, walk the pallet around the press and print each head manually. This allows you to check each head's settings and see the results as you go. Choose a single pallet and use that pallet throughout the test print registration procedure. Make sure the yellow pallet locks are secure before you load the shirt. Liberally apply adhesive onto the pallet to avoid misregistration due to garment shifting. Print each color by manually indexing the press and checking the print after each color is laid down on the shirt. Take note of issues as they occur, so you know where to start if corrections are necessary. When test printing jobs that will require flash curing, it's helpful to pre-flash the shirt before laying down the first color. This helps pre-shrink the shirt and keeps it from shifting as you print subsequent colors for registration. Before unlocking the micro-adjustment locking handles, check all 3 of the small black cross-shaped micro-adjuster knobs. You should be able to freely rotate them about 1/4 turn in each direction. If there is tension in the adjuster, loosen it to allow 1/4 turn of movement. This will prevent any preloaded tension on the micro-adjuster assembly from causing the micros to jump when the locks are released. When adjusting the front micro-adjusters, unlock the rear frame holder to allow the frame to move freely during adjustment. Be sure to lock down the rear frame holder when you're finished. If the registration moves out of alignment after the test print, leave the squeegees and flood bars in place and reinstall the Tri-Loc pallet. Then walk it around the press and realign the screens. Be sure to try this step before making micro adjustments.